Mega and I do things. Today, I had a bit of spare time while waiting for the laundry, so I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and play some Monster Hunter. But not just that, let's stream that Monster Hunter. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So for the next roughly 20 minutes, I'm just going to do some quick Monster Hunter, showcasing the insect glaive, and just doing some quick hunts. So with that, let's get on with it. Now, this is my first stream, like, ever of all time. I have a Twitch account, never use it. I quite like YouTube because it also records the stuff for people to watch back later, so this is going to be really funny to watch in retrospect. Like, love it or hate it, I'm going to really learn from this experience. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. I realize that nobody's currently watching at the moment, but that is A-okay. Alright, so we're just really quickly going to take care of the daily stuff. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a really quick, like, 15-minute quest that I think I can knock out. I think I've got some investigations that fit the bill. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so we're going to hunt ourselves some great Jagras, or however you pronounce that. And we're going to start from the southwest, because I know for a fact that they happen to spawn right in the middle there, and that's probably the best campsite to pick. Alright, I could sit through the cutscene to get food and stuff, but we'll just go ahead and start right off the bat. Because we are low on time, but I'm confident in my abilities, especially because I've upgraded my gear a few times already, so this should be a piece of cake. Alright, now I've also researched the Great Jagras a good deal prior to this, so we're not really going to have to worry too much about footsteps and stuff, I don't think. And typically when you first load into this instance, it ends up being like one of two places right off the bat. And because it's not off to the left there, I can assume that it's going to be sort of down in this area over here. Oh, it's actually fairly far off, and yeah, stamina bar is looking a little bit low, so we're just going to eat some steak, because steak is the food of champions. Where? Oh, they've turned around. Oh. Oh, is that it? Oh, there it is. Oh man, I'd hoped to catch it before it ate something, because now it has its rolling attack. But that is still okay, because I can deal with that. Because I'm an insect glaive user, And we just jump around. Okay, I didn't get near close enough to that, so let's attract its attention. No! Ah, ha, ha. That's just bad timing, that is. Alright. We're gonna catch up to that thing. Absolutely. Alright, now that we're here, it'll probably stay around this general area. Yep, there it is. I flipped that a little bit. One thing I'll definitely say to all you future viewers is that streaming is very interesting because it, like, at least on the PS4 anyway. So there's like letterboxing going on, and it's telling me, you know, like all the YouTube stuff and controls and all that, like. And so the screen is a little bit smaller than I'm used to, and I'm already 6 feet away from my television, so this is quite the interesting experience. Everything is small, but that is also okay. Now, for all you people who are new to Monster Hunter out there, kind of like myself, its mouth will eventually cause pieces to break off, if I recall correctly. I also want to hit its mane. I can't recall if anything happens if I hit the tail. Now, for all your future users, this is one reason that I really like the Insect Glaive. Lets you get up on the monster's back really easily, and yeah, in before music references. And I can just start stabbing away at specific parts. Usually, with some monsters, they'll have like the head and the back, like this one. Really large monsters will have the tail as an option to get on as well. And those monsters actually can drop their tails as a part. I'm kind of hammering away at its belly right now because I think I managed to break it open once when it had... Oh no, it's fleeing. So I managed to break it open once, and it basically let go of whatever was inside of it, and it stopped doing the rolling attack. So now I'm just going to get rid of all these annoying pests the really inefficient way. Okay, and we are going to sharpen our weapon because durability is a thing. And we're going to find this sucker by tracking him. Now, I have tried playing Monster Hunter before. I think my first game was maybe Monster Hunter Try? That sounds about right. But I didn't really get into it because the gameplay felt a little bit slower. At that point in time, I can't recall if I'd played, like, Bloodborne or Dark Souls, but I really like that sort of faster gameplay, and a lot of the weapons from Monster Hunter, especially that one, I think were, like, slower, less agile, and that is why I really, really like the Insect Glaive, because, you know, you basically jump around, and I triggered the frog by mistake. Normally, these frogs are incredibly useful because you can trigger them, run away, and then paralyze your enemy. Unfortunately, this one was placed in a really inopportune place so that when I jumped down, it was right there, and I triggered it. So, anyway, back to the Insect Glaive. I really like the Insect Glaive because it is faster, like Souls and stuff, so I can kind of just jump up in the air, rocket forward, hit the enemy, and if I weren't on a hill, I would have hit him, and I would have gotten onto a combo. Okay, and right now it's retreating into its den. This is a pretty common behavior. It'll be surrounded by all the little ones. I'm just going to ignore them because there is a limited amount of time in the mission. These spark flies, I think they're called, they are incredibly useful because they will also, like, stun... Well, not really stun the enemy, but they'll blind them, I think. And so you can see he's just sort of lurching around, well, blindly. You'll also notice that the status bar around the minimap has turned white. That basically means that there aren't any hostiles attacking me, and that was because they were all blinded. Now, that was a bit faster than I expected, so maybe I've got time for one more. So I'll chuck that over to return to headquarters. We're gonna loot this guy, and then hopefully take two is a little bit better, because that was just really sloppy. Okay, let's see what else we can get in the next 30 seconds. Let's get that bone pile, because usually they have good crafting resources. Sometimes they're the subject of, yeah, like that, a field research assignment, and when that happens... Yes! Excellent! So you get bounties and stuff, and that gives you, like, extra armor upgrades and the like, so it's just really super convenient. Let's just take all that. Now, I will say that that definitely wasn't the best use, or the best showcase, per se, of the insect glaive, so I'm probably going to do more episodes like this in a later date, more streams, and when that happens, I hope to face more foes that are, like, outdoors, so we're talking like the Anjanath. I haven't killed one of those just yet. We could do the Puke Puke, that's really easy. And then there's the Kuluyaku, I think. So those are all fairly simple-ish. Not in the limited time span that I have for this particular stream, but simple enough. I want investigations, and I want... This one is the one we just did. Now, the reason I'm picking the 15-minute one is because that is the absolute cap for how long these things can go. And therefore, either I manage to finish this before the laundry finishes, or I failed the mission. So, it's all just serendipitous timing. So, we're just going to get this going. Now, another part of the reason that I wanted to stream, like, right this moment is because for the next few days I'm going to be going on a trip, so no YouTube videos then. Next weekend I might be a little bit busy, no videos, well, maybe a video then, depending upon circumstances, but there's just a lot of stuff going on right now, so hopefully we're going to get some Minecraft and some Space Engineers going in like a week or two. And in the interim, I think, you know, just streaming Monster Hunter, which is a really fantastic game, and I can do it single player, and I feel it lends itself more to the whole stream of consciousness dialogue stuff. So I just figured, you know, I'd get out something, I'd say hello to you guys that are my subscribers. All 49 of you, you rock! And, you know, just give you a heads up, sort of what's going on, what I'm gonna do. I think I might actually start up the Minecraft Infinity Evolved series, because I'm making some decent progress in that, and I've got some really cool ideas about applied energistics networks and such. Oh, we've caught onto the scent. So I figured we could do that. I could show you guys what builds I'm working on, some of the more rudimentary mechanics behind all of them. Basically do just like a showcase / tutorial for the first episode for that, and then I'll try getting into more of a Hermitcraft / Hermit Skies feel. Okay, so this is where this guy usually shows up. I'm gonna open with an attack because that's okay. I'm gonna hit him, and one of the really nice things, if I could just get my perspective correct, my depth perception, is that if you hit with that that plunging attack, then you just sort of combo off of it again and again, and I really like that. And the hitbox is fairly weird, so like you definitely saw me go past just there, but I still hit, and that was enough to trigger the revolt, and I really, really like that. So this is actually definitely one of my favorite parts of this game, just getting on the monsters and having to sort of interact with them in a almost quick time, like a pseudo quick time kind of fashion. So you can see up there that we did have like dodge and all that whatnot. And I just found that really, really cool. A feature that I can't really demonstrate here, but if you manage to get on top of it and then get on its head, sometimes you can cause it to run into traps. That especially is helpful with larger monsters. You can set up vine traps and pitfall traps and stuff, and then you can kind of direct them in place. Now, I also won't claim to be a Monster Hunter expert. Like I said, this is basically the first game that I've really played. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm Hunter rank 3, if I recall, so still a newbie. But I feel like I'm doing well for a newbie. Alright, let's get on his face. Let's see if he'll do... Yeah! So that's something that happens. If you get up on his face, he will try to slam you into other objects, and that is just a really cool mechanic, I think. Now, some of you may be wondering what that weird reddish color was when I did my slash just there. That is the affinity bonus. And affinity is basically what governs, like, critical hits. If your affinity is higher than 0, and it's done based upon a percentage, so the max you can go is like 100. I've currently got, like, 10% on this weapon, I think. So, just by itself, I have a 10% critical hit chance, more or less. And I'll do extra damage, so that's what all those red slashes are. I also have an ability on my gloves that if I manage to slide down a hill, it adds another 30% to that, so I get really slashy really fast. Excellent. Now, the other cool thing about the insect glaive is that thing that I just chucked out. That is the insect portion of the glaive. So, basically, I launch it at enemies, and it does a little bit of extra damage by itself. It also leaves those little poison bugs behind. Man, he is just doing weird stuff. Like, he's being really lungy? Oh, because he's not full. Okay. I'm actually better at fighting them when they are full than when they're not. So, that is probably why I'm having a little bit less of a good time here. Yeah, I really need to learn this guy's behavior patterns. really hoped that hit. It didn't. Okay. So I think my Palico, that's basically the little cat guy that's following me around. I think he might also be providing a buff to me. And it looks like I might have applied some poison to him, because he was still taking damage even as he was running away. Alright. Yes, thank you for hitting him. Okay, good. Oh, hot dog, just in the nick of time. Okay, so let's see how much of this stuff we can loot. Oh, we're being surrounded. Of course we are. This is just going to make looting a little bit of a pain in the butt. Get ye gone, I will kill you. Okay, I'm gonna take a risk. I'm just gonna try and loot this while we still have time. I'm not gonna get too much because these guys are hanging around, but crafting materials are still... Yes! I just finished him! Excellent. Alright, well, I reckon that is all the time we have for today. I would like to think that it was an okay-ish session, at least to introduce the concept of this as a series. So, for all you future viewers, please let me know if you like this, or if you have any suggestions as to what I could do. I might work on my microphone setup, because right now I'm just using the headset that I usually use to record. I tried using my Yeti Pro, but my PS4 doesn't seem to want to cooperate with that. So, we will be working on the microphone situation in the future, but for now, I hope you guys like this video. If you liked it, please give a like. If you like Monster Hunter, want to see more of this in the future, then please click that subscribe button and click the bell next to it if you want to get notifications from me when I am streaming or when I've uploaded a new video. And let me know what other sorts of content you want to see in the comment section. Thank you very much, guys. I will see you on the flip side.